Well, we're all going to die. It's because last year Trump proposed cutting the National Institutes of Health, America's premier medical research agency, by 40%, cutting it from $47 billion to $27 billion. 40%. Congress, including Republicans on the committees that looked at it, they said no. Not no, let's negotiate. They said no. They actually rejected the cuts and gave the NIH a $415 million increase for 2026. Republicans, they voted to fund the NIH because even in the current environment, there are things that are so obviously good for Americans that when you vote to gut them is disastrous for your political career. Funding medical research that cures cancer, develops vaccines, and advances treatments for every disease your family has ever dealt with. It turns out people like that. Who knew? So what's Trump doing now that Congress rejected that? He's proposing a $5 billion cut in his 2027 budget. If at first you don't succeed, try again, just maybe not as aggressively. The 2027 proposal would eliminate 3 of the NIH's 27 institutes entirely. And listen to what they are. The National Institute on Minority Health and Health Disparities, the Fogarty International Center, the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health. And it would cap indirect cost payments, the overhead funding that actually lets universities run labs where the research is happening. It'll cap it at 15%. The current average, 27%. So when you're cutting these indirect costs, you're not actually saving any money. You're just destroying physical infrastructure that makes their grants productive. Labs close, researchers leave, and now the root system is dead. And now everybody's going to act surprised that the tree dies. It's crazy. But here's what's not captured in the budget. Because budgets, they're just proposals, and Congress rejected the last one. The administration has been cutting the NIH through backdoor policies regardless of what Congress does. NIH staffing, it was cut by more than 21% between January 2025 and this January through firings, hiring freezes, and resignations driven by chaos. Grant reviews delayed. Funding has not been obligated on the normal timeline even when Congress appropriated it. The Association of American Medical Colleges documented that the NIH has committed much less of its budget for the current fiscal year than would normally be expected. Meaning, the money that Congress said, here you go, please spend it, is sitting there while the administration keeps slowing down the pipeline. Yeah, you can appropriate $47 billion and have almost none of it reach a research or a research lab if you hollow out the agency fast enough. That's what's happening here. And I want you to remember, the NIH funds research on Alzheimer's, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, opioid addiction, rare pediatric diseases, and virtually every other health condition that affects your family. It has produced more Nobel Prizes in medicine than any other institution in the world. And it is, by any reasonable measure, the best return on investment in our federal budget. And yet this administration is proposing a $1.5 trillion military budget, the largest year-over-year defense increase since World War II. And simultaneously, they're trying to cut the agency that invented the treatments that kept your grandparents alive, you alive, and your kids alive. The man who told us that he'd make America healthy again is defunding medical research. But yeah, it's all fine. That's how it's supposed to work, I guess. Do me a favor, subscribe, hit the notification icon, or leave me a comment. That's even better. I would love to hear from you.